Today, Leo and I will be hanging with blue-collar workers in the poorest region in America, Appalachia.
I bet they you're in the mountains. Now, I'm going to tell you something. You're in the wrong place to be asking for a fight.
We all know the stereotypes about Appalachian poverty, but few know why it's so poor. Well, for a while, it wasn't. In fact, after the Civil War, it boomed. Lumber, steel, coal. These industries brought fabulous wealth to industrialists and a good living to any able-bodied man or, screw it, child who wanted to spend 16 hours a day in a hole. The coal industry was Appalachia's lifeblood, but the good times peaked around 1950.
What we have now is the development of a mining system, basically, which is incredibly cheap and incredibly productive. The idea that you simply peel away the surface of the earth to expose the coal seam.
Instead of pickaxes, you now have coal scoops the size of a high school gymnasium. Instead of elbow grease, now you got 2,000 pounds of ammonium nitrate. Soon, the demand for these guys started drying up, and desperate Appalachian families began migrating north for work to industrial hubs like Cleveland and Detroit.
Whether you come to live, to work, to visit, Detroit is unsurpassed for opportunity and growth.
This exodus to job-rich cities in the Midwest became known as the Hillbilly Highway. And today, in Appalachia, not much has changed. Good jobs are rarer than a resident who hasn't had sex with an animal. I'm sorry for that line. Luckily, today, Leo and I found some fine souls who do work for a living, who refuse to give in to the regional trend of government assistance or drug addiction. This is part 2 of our road trip through the most impoverished part of the country, from Pikeville, Kentucky to Welch, West Virginia. The other parts will be linked below, but don't worry, they can be watched in any order. And, as our friend Eddie in part 1 said,
don't do meth.
Also,
like the video and subscribe to the channel.
We'd really appreciate you doing both. And we promise to hit you with a piece of mind-expanding jackassery every Sunday at 9 a.m. For now, come along for our trip through the poorest region in America, Appalachia. How's it going, gentlemen? Can we lend a helping hand at all?
Nah, it'd be all right.
I know my way around the diesel engine.
Yes.
Let me tell you, an F700, I didn't even know they went up that high.
What you got there? You didn't sing Maddie?
Well, we're headed over to the coal mine, see what's going on over yonder.
Over where?
Up to Grundy?
Grundy.
Yeah, we're up to Grundy.
Is that where we can see a good coal mine?
Well, I mean,
Grundy?
Yeah.
Grundy?
You gotta go down here into this bridge, turn left, go all the way down to Big Rock to the...
Yeah, go down to United on the right-hand side. You can't miss it.
Well, you guys aren't yanking our dicks, are you? We're gonna see a real coal mine?
Brother, you go down here to the main river, down here to the main big bridge. Take a left, go straight. You cannot miss it. But they won't let you on. You got surface papers?
Yeah, well, I mean, they see this pickaxe and these biceps. They're gonna let me right in there. They're gonna let me right in there.
Escort you back to your vehicle.
I'd like to see them escort me.
You need to go. When you get across Big Rock Bridge, hook a right.
What was your name, sir?
I'm Brian.
Brian, do any of these coal miners fancy themselves street fighters?
Buddy, you're in the mountains now. I'm gonna tell you something. You're in the wrong place to be asking for a fight.
Yeah, I mean,
What about an arm wrestling match?
Well,
That's a little more peaceful.
that's a little more peaceful.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying, bro.
I'm coming in with that kind of energy.
You see these pythons?
Yeah, I hear you.
Well, if you guys need
Where y'all
any help,
from? Where you from? Dude?
we're from the Southern California.
We're from Los Angeles.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, see, his attitude changed completely, Leo.
I'm not. I mean,
They know we're girly boys.
I don't care what you.
Sir, is it possible the fuel injector is shot?
no, not good. It was running.
What about the windshield wipers? Is it the windshield wipers?
It has nothing to do with the running.
These cars that can't fit behind.
What about the horn? Is it the horn?
Horn work.
Hell yeah.
You sure about that?
Let's hear it. Yeah.
Well, you almost deafened your buddy right there. Sorry about that.
That works good in reverse.
And where this thing goes in reverse?
Maybe just drive backwards for the rest of the day. How many miles do you have on this hog? 36,000?
136.
136,000. Any thought about taking it out to pasture?
At 136,000 miles, diesel ain't even getting broke in.
Wow.
Yeah, you got like about 500,000 now.
6, 7, 800,000.
Wow.
Almost a million.
That's like smothering your mom with a pillow when she turns 59.
You're right.
It's way too soon.
Too soon.
59, I mean, this guy hooks up with 59-year-old women in Los Angeles just to
All
get
the
his
time.
bills paid.
Yeah,
does.
that's true. I got it. Yeah, thank you, sir. I mean, it's got to find me sugar mamas everywhere I go, honestly. I don't know where my next meal's coming from, but it depends how good I eat that 60, 70-year-old. You know what I'm saying? I got to dive into it. You have to have like that gusto.
That might be 60 or 70-year-old, but they like dicks.
That's right.
That's right. That doesn't go away.
It sure doesn't.
Yeah, I'm 73, almost 74 next weekend.
You're still working hard.
Happy birthday.
I'll tell you one thing, I still want it.
There we go.
Yes.
Yeah.
He still wants that
I'm curious.
panocha.
I love that.
And what was your name, sir?
Jury,
Jury?
just
That's a cool name. Jury, I'm gonna run one more thing by you that might be the problem. So the door handle? Don't laugh now, Jury. Don't laugh at me, Jury. I know my way around a vehicle. What do you do with this here machine?
You see them power lines up there?
Yeah.
You get in that bucket up there and you raise it up there, work on power lines.
Yeah.
That's hard work.
Jury, have you ever gone up there for a laugh? Your name is Jury.
Yeah.
Maybe he sentenced a raccoon to death by taking it up in the cherry picker and throwing it at a power line.
Oh, God.
Would you ever do something like that, Jury?
No. I'll tell you one thing.
What?
It makes a good deer hunting stand.
Come on, Bambi. Is that illegal, Jury? Shooting from your cherry picker?
Well, I wouldn't think so. Can't no more than you climbing up in a tree.
Yeah. So it's legal. You can just hunt out here in these mountains?
Yeah.
Can? Okay.
Jury, I'll tell you what's good to hunt in November. Biden voters. Come out to Los Angeles with that cherry picker. Jury, you're the man. I hope you guys get this rig going. We got to go arm wrestle some coal miners.
Hey, good luck, man. You guys got it. I hope it'll start up.
I hope so too. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. Yeah, you guys will figure it out.
Jack of all trades, maestro of none.
He's the master of jacking, if that makes
I'm
sense.
a maestro of jacking off.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. Jury, at the risk of being wrong one more time, is it possible it's the exhaust pipe?
Maybe a rat nest in it.
Maybe a raccoon. All right, we can't help out, Leo. We don't know anything about cars. You're the man, Jury. Sir, you were great too. Yes! Oh! Robert, when I walked into the mobile station, you mentioned that my hard hat didn't have a scratch on it.
Yeah, I knowed you wasn't a coal miner. I'd never seen one like it either.
Robert, in fact, is a coal miner. Robert, the hat may be fake, but I put this to you. Does this look like a fake pickaxe?
Yes, it
Does
is.
this look like a fake pickaxe?
Back in the day, I guess that's what they used, but it wasn't one like that.
You calling me a phony coal miner, Robert?
Back years ago when my father and his father was coal miners, that may have been, but not this day and time, no.
Now what are they using?
It's all remote control miner, continuous miner, remote control. The miner man can stay back away from it. And you don't get no pinch points.
Call me a romantic, but I miss the guy with the one tooth and the big hat and the bottle of whiskey and the axe going down there to find him some coal.
There's still some of them around, I'm sure.
Nice.
Yeah.
Robert, what's the salary for a coal miner these days?
A car man, I run a shuttle car, I was making $29 an hour.
$29 an hour.
Yeah, miner man usually makes $35, $40 an hour. Electricians do better than that.
So that's $120,000 annually,
Yes.
something like that. And then, Robert, you said you got, as if there's no work right now. What was that?
Yeah, there's a lot of people shut down, laid off right now over the Wilmore deal there. I guess where the stuff's going on in Ukraine.
What's the Wellmore deal?
It's United Coal, Wilmore Metvest. The Ukrainians own it. They don't sell any of their coal. It all goes to the Ukraine, but I think they got bombed. Their coal prep plane or something got bombed over there, so they're shutting some of their facilities down.
So is it the Ukrainians or the Russians' fault? Tell me who to hate right now, Robert, and I swear to God.
Russians. Yeah.
Those Ruskies. Those vodka drinking, Dostoevsky reading pieces.
Yeah, I think it's the Russians.
It's the Russians.
Down. I don't want you going on some kick with the Russians now. You lost some fingers in an accident in coal mine?
I got some fingers cut off. Yeah.
I didn't even notice.
The camera there.
What? That's so smooth. It looks like you were born that way. How does that work?
Good hand surgeon?
Yeah. In Lexington, I had a really good surgeon. She done a good job because they was wanting to cut this whole hand off.
So what happened, if I may ask?
I had a rock drag me up in the feeder that crushes the coal and takes it to the outside on the belt.
Oh my God.
A rock drug me up in there and it just cut my fingers off.
That's not what I heard. I heard he was going, getting busy with a girl who had a particularly smelly snatch.
They are, some of them still working the coal mines.
Oh, yeah.
Too, some females, yeah.
Finger them at your own peril, Leo.
Absolutely.
You might come back with some gangrene.
Good thing about having an injury like that, though, you now got a story you can tell at
yeah.
any bar.
Yeah.
It's probably gotten you laid. Would you say the hand's gotten you laid before?
No, because my wife's standing right
Oh,
there.
I'm sorry about that.
Looking at me, and if that shit gets on the news, I'm whooped.
Robert, I told myself that before I left Appalachia, I was going to arm wrestle a coal miner. Would you do me the honor?
Absolutely.
Right on the hood? Right on the hood right here? I got to do the proper psych out.
Time you get done crawling in these dog holes.
Robert, I hope there's a methane explosion. I hope there's a cave-in.
Oh, he's too strong.
Damn.
2 miles away from the prep plane stuff down here for Wilmore. It's on the right when you go down. We'll definitely meet some people down there that will shed some light on it for you. I mean, it's a good, honest business, but you'll see it all.
Feel good about what you did to me, Robert?
No. If it wasn't for the coal business in this area right here, this would be a ghost town.
Yeah.
It keeps it alive. It does. It really does.
Where do we see some interesting coal?
Down, you're just a couple miles away right now. I'm going that way. You can be right behind me.
I'm gonna follow you? Let's do it. Robert's taking us up to Coal City, I guess.
He also could be taking us somewhere he's going to rob us blind and rape Nico. Which is what would happen. You know that Nico would be not good for the robbing, but more good for the
Yeah, Nico's just, he's a honeypot. Yeah. It's just good for making you feel good. Yeah. The only thing that's giving me some confidence is that our friend Jury told us that this direction was where the coal plant was too. Oh boy, I see a coal truck right there. A coal train, rather.
Oh, wow, look at that. You know what, Danny? I think from now on we should heat our homes with coal.
Leo, if your girlfriend was Santa and your lovemaking skills were rated on a scale of naughty to nice, you'd get coal in your stocking every morning.
Okay, dude. He wanted a shot of this. Look at this. That's where the machine is, and that's the coal.
Yeah, that's one of their silos.
What do you say we just remove the top of this mountain, go after the coal with some big tractors?
They do that.
Do you do that ever?
No, I'm underground. That's strip mining.
Which is the more prestigious form of coal mining?
Underground.
Yeah, it's got to be.
You're a man.
I mean, for me it is.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
It's sort of like MMA fighters versus guys who do jujitsu.
Right. Or I don't want to say it because I play softball, but it is like a softball player versus an actual.
It's a softball.
Player.
Yeah, these are the guys who are up there doing that surface mining.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty rough too. There's been a lot of guys killed. Just trucks go over the hill backwards with them or turn over.
Oh my.
You know what I say, Robert? Good.
Oh
well. A lot of shit happens, man.
Jesus.
Well, he's an underground miner. We don't like the surface guys.
I think they're just they're kind of guys that are in the same club.
Actually,
they're not. They don't hate each other. They all get along. Don't start.
Here,
yeah.
Pretty much it's like they're all family, man. They
Hell
usually all get along, and the coal miners are usually really good, honest guys.
It'd be just like you. It'd be just like you to start start antagonizing these poor guys and make them fight.
I didn't know if it was like a Sharks and Jets situation. I had my boys back.
It does happen.
It happens, see?
Yeah.
Huh?
Okay.
Huh?
You have a difference in opinion or something with another guy. You usually handle it like two men. You'll go behind the curtain and get it over with and deal with it. But
You fight behind the curtain?
They have, yeah. It's been done before.
Wow, what's the curtain? How does that work, a coal fight?
They hang a curtain up beside the miner in each place that you're cutting to put the air where they want it to keep the dust out of your face and stuff.
Uh-huh.
They direct the air where they want it to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, so every place you cut with the miner has a curtain hanging in it. It have to see it.
And you go back there and you duke it out?
Duke it out.
Yeah, yeah.
Share a cigarette afterward.
I would do this. You share a cigarette afterwards?
Oh, no, Lord, no, we don't smoke underground. That's against the law. Yeah,
Methane explosions, Leo.
bad.
This is definitely not a coal miner who left this behind. You got a needle over here.
Oh my God.
That's somebody who doesn't have a job.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, yeah.
It's destroying this place. It's everywhere. It's not just here.
No, it's destroying California too.
But
Definitely.
It's here just as bad as it is in a big city, really. You know, I mean, the drugs is taking over here.
It's taking over everywhere, man.
Robert, I just got, for something we were shooting, they just put me in jail for one night down in eastern Tennessee, and all the guys in my cell block with me were in their early 20s, all hooked on drugs. Generation wiped out, man.
Yeah, it's sad, man. My son's 29 years old. Thank God. I'm proud of my son. He's a good kid, man.
Hell yeah.
Sure.
He's clean.
That's great.
Sure.
But it's hard around here sometimes.
Well, congratulations, Robert, man. You seem like a hell of a guy. I admire your work, I admire your family, and I admire how kind you were to show us around.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Robert. Appreciate you, man. Driving over from Kentucky and then into Virginia and now finally here in this fishbowl in West Virginia. It was quite startling. We would see some houses that looked like they could be in a Home Depot advertisement.
Correct.
Immaculate lawns, beautiful homes, well maintained, but then truly next door, no exaggeration, there would be houses in which I could conceive of anything happening. Methamphetamine use, bestiality, Satan worship. Yeah, let's just cruise around a little bit. Let's cruise. We are in McDowell County, which has been oftentimes ranked by various publications as like a top 5 terribly poor county in America. It is close to a quarter of the people below the poverty line, and I think that's fudging the numbers. Miss, we're driving through town. We're actually trying to do good deeds for people. If you need any of your chores done by 2 strapping, handsome, shirtless men, would you be interested in that? We're from California. We're stud muffins from California. We would love to do some chores.
We're just out in the middle of, I guess this is Virginia, right?
West Virginia.
West Virginia.
That was
Sorry.
insulting.
It's West Virginia.
He's not much for brains. I do the talking most
So
times.
sorry about that. 2 different states, correct.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's why we see a lot of Confederate flags around here. I love it. Oh, darn it.
Miss, we have a pimp who's a real stickler, and we have a quota for chores we have to do. Would you mind us just coming up there and, taking a pair of tweezers and getting a dandelion? Just... He's not allowed within 25 yards of a junior high.
It's true, but...
What's the next big city down the way here? No cities? I consider this a city. Welch. Okay, we'll head to Welch. Again, if he were allowed nearer to that middle school, it would be divined.
That's right, man. It was a mistake I made a long time ago.
Thank you. You 2 ladies were so lovely. Thank you. So we just rolled into Welch, and it looks economically like the worst place I've ever seen. We asked another gentleman local for directions, and Leo's a little upset that we get these, instead of receiving directions, we're receiving verbal novels with turns in them.
You're gonna go right, it's about 10 miles up the road. Huge.
You gotta go down here into this bridge, turn left, go all the way down to Big Rock.
Go across the bridge right here, go down that way, and don't turn off anywhere in a couple miles.
And you can see a sign said 83 West.
Just hook a right and go up there, you'll see these office buildings sitting on the left up on the bank. I'm not lying, right?
Big Rock Bridge? This is not where the local told us to go, but I saw what looked like...
A career and technology center, though.
It looked like hobo camps from hell. Yeah. Oh my God. It's getting really bad. Neeks, you can flash to that. Oh my God. See, it goes from like entirely respectable to what the why is there a cop car right here, dude? Why is that? I don't like that I don't like that an officer of the law resides anywhere near here with his police dog.
Scared me. I thought we were talking about guns, dude.
You do the wave sometimes around here too. Sometimes people are more than happy to wave back, but 50% of the time you get the death eyes. You notice that, Leo? A lot of death eyes when you wave at people. Yeah, the Count Gulu Motel down here. See, this is another example of it immediately becoming like, you know, a place where somebody might get married, and it might not be the worst thing ever. How's it going? Nice rig, man. How's it going? We're on a road trip. I like your rig. Yeah. Pretty fun to zip around the mountains and those things? Oh, yeah. We went to war back today in American Mountain and made that loop. Wait. Who did we go to war with? That was about 9 of us. They done left. I got to hear about this war because, Leonard, so you went to war?
Yeah, the town of War.
I might have been to war today, too, without even knowing it. I'm a veteran. Give me my respect.
I'm a veteran.
You are a veteran?
Yeah.
Which war, sir?
Vietnam.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Leonard, what do you think about Welch here? Do you live here?
Yeah.
How's the town?
Good people.
Good people.
Good hospitality. It's just coal mines. When coal went, everything went.
Yeah.
Back in the 70s, Welch was the boomingest town, and one of the boomingest in the state of West Virginia. McDowell County paid more severance tax than any county out of all 52 counties in the state. This county, I mean, it was money.
There was money, man.
By the suitcases.
Yeah.
I mean, but when coal went, everything went.
Yeah.
Well, coal is the heart of everything here.
Yeah. You see a lot of gorgeous houses and then a lot of dilapidated houses right next to each other. The people in the gorgeous houses, what are they doing if the coal industry is declined?
Most of them retired.
Retired.
And then then some of them owns a few businesses, not a lot of businesses around, but and then you know, they made their money when the coal was booming.
Right.
Yeah, most of them.
And then the people who live in the broken down houses?
They're your everyday people, you know, your government assistance and you know, that most of the people in this county here, born and raised here and love it here, they'd love to see things boom again, but they know that pretty well that coal's never going to come back like it was at one time.
Does that worry some people? Does that depress them?
Well, the people's learning just about to live with it and know it. They, you know, they do the best they can. Well, sure, it's depressing, you know.
You work in the mines yourself?
I did 14 years.
That's a lot of years.
I worked up here above Welch here underground for 14 years. Wow.
We met another underground miner today named Robert. Very nice man. And him and I decided that the only thing worse than a Viet Cong guerrilla is a surface miner. I don't get along with those surface miners, and I'm glad you're one of the underground boys.
Yeah. Yeah, I had 14 years all underground.
Wow, all underground. So the guys that are, I mean, if you really don't want to go underground and you kind of want to stay on the surface, I mean, you think that, I mean, would those guys be considered, I don't know, the wrong word?
No, man, they got to make a living too.
Yeah, but does part of you see them like you saw Charlie in Vietnam? You don't have an instinct to pull a pin on a grenade and throw it?
People don't feel about it like that. Like I say, they got to feed their family too, man.
Yeah, it's just the guy that we talked to, he was really like laying into those guys on the surface. And we were like, come on, it's a tough job too.
He said on the career hierarchy, they were one notch below pornographers.
And we're like, well, just because they're surface gold miners, we're like,
where y'all out of?
We're out of Los Angeles.
Los Angeles, yeah.
So,
really?
So we came a long way. We wanted to, we know this region is beautiful.
California to West Virginia, that's about as far as,
I know, right?
LA, Chicago, San Francisco, and if you watch TV, they're worse than a third world country.
Yeah.
Is it that bad?
Yes.
Is the homeless as bad as they say it is?
Yes. Certain areas, I mean,
crime,
Skid Row, the crime too. I mean, it's gotten a lot worse than we ever imagined. Like I lived there my whole life.
I watch Fox News a lot, and if you watch Fox News, you don't want nothing to do with them places.
Let me ask you this, Leonard. If you had to go on a road trip to New York City with a Biden voter or a surface miner, who are you going with?
I don't want to even go to the bathroom with a Biden voter.
No, you know he'll take the surface minor rye. He'll take that right.
I'll take whatever.
Yeah, I get it.
All right, so there we go. Surface minor. They finally beat somebody, but Leonard,
All right, fellas, I'm tired. I gotta go.
I gotta go too.
Take a rest.
And Leonard, I'd be honored to go to war with you tomorrow.
Well, they got a good hot dog stand over there.
Yes.